All right. Hey, everybody. We are back with a February episode, not a Valentine's episode, though. Today's going to be, well, it could be considered that. We have someone on who seems to be, I don't want to say lucky with the ladies, but from the photos I just saw, I would probably say he is. His name is Rick Futia, and I believe he's from somewhere in the US. I don't know exactly where, but we're joined by him and his nephew, Jag. And he wrote a not a documentary, a memoir about a biography about his uncle, right?
Right.
And yeah, we're going to talk about that later. But I just want to start out with Rick's story because he's been paralyzed for quite a number of years, right? Hi, Rick. How are you? Hi, Jag.
Hi,
Hello.
nice to meet you.
So, where are you guys from?
We're from San Jose, California, about an hour
Mm.
south of San Francisco.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
What a beautiful part of the country.
yeah, it's pretty
Not
wet.
today.
Yeah, it's
Not
raining
today.
today, but
That's awesome. So, born and raised, right?
yes,
That's so cool. So cool. So let's go back to this very beginning because I know you have quite the story to tell and it's truly interesting. And we've had a lot of people on the podcast about how they've kind of come back from their spinal cord injury. And I think yours is a pretty good one. I think a lot of people
yeah.
get really depressed about what's about to lie ahead in their lives. And I think your story is really great. So I'm excited to share it. So let's start with how you were injured. It was quite a number of years ago, right?
Yeah, it's about a little over 40 years
Wow.
and
1982.
Okay.
1982. Yeah. And the funny thing is that I had dreams about being in a wheelchair before my accident.
Weird.
And I remember waking up and like, oh, thank God I can move my legs. But I remember trying to get out of my bed without using my legs too.
Oh my gosh.
And I said, oh, forget about this. So I just got up, but I always remember that dream. And
What a
now I'm
weird
having
dream.
dreams of airplanes crashing. So I'm afraid to fly.
Oh my gosh. Yep.
Yeah.
Do you think you have premonitions?
I don't know. But now my nieces won't even fly with me. They're like, oh, I ain't flying with you. But
So,
anyway,
but you
yeah,
really did have dreams before you were paralyzed, though. That is very strange. I can tell you that never happened to me. So that's interesting. Huh.
yeah.
So then I know you were paired around age 17, right?
I was almost 18.
Mm-hmm.
And I was home and my friend called me and they said they're going to be at the lake and if we want to go out there and meet them. I said, okay. So before I left my house, I looked down the hallways and I was saying bye to my mother. And I looked at her, did a double take at her, and I looked at her longer than usual. And I said bye to her, and I left. And I went to the nearest grocery store to get some steaks. And while I was in line, I looked at the reflection of myself standing. So I was, admiring my built.
Mm-hmm.
So I always remember that. And then I left the grocery store, and that was like the last time I walked.
Oh
But
man.
anyways, I went to the meet them at Calero Lake,
Mm-hmm.
and we went up the hill, and I got inside of an inner tube tire, and I curled up inside.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're rolling down so fast, you have to close your eyes. It's just really scary. So rather going straight down, I guess the boat had veered where I was supposed to land. So rather than landing in the water, I hit a dock boat,
Oh
and
no.
the impact snapped my neck.
Wow.
And I fell into the water, and I remember hearing a buzzing sound. I guess
Mm-hmm.
that was my nerves going
Dang.
out.
That's
My
crazy.
buddies pulled me out and my legs were dangling. I'm like, what the? I was just shocked. I didn't know what the hell happened.
Right, right.
And they pulled me out and they laid me down and I was just scared.
Man. Did you have
Yeah.
any idea that you were paralyzed? Did that notion cross your mind at that moment?
No, I didn't know.
Hmm.
I was young. I never knew about spinal cord injury.
Same with me.
They
Yeah,
never taught that in school, which they should have.
you should have agreed. Yeah. So
Well, yeah,
then,
I was just scared and I thought about my mom and my
mhm,
family and like, oh no, what did I do?
right.
And for 2 hours, he's laying there while his friend got help because they were a mile away from where all the parking lot
Oh,
was.
that's a incredibly long time just to wait for a ambulance ride. Holy moly.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you're laying there wondering, what the heck, why can't I move my body?
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
I didn't know.
So at what point did the doctors tell you, like, okay, Rick, you have a spinal cord
Um,
injury. You're not going to walk again?
When I was laying in the stretcher,
Mhm.
The doctor
Mhm.
came in and told me that the reason why you're not moving your legs is because your spine is pushing into your spinal cord, and that's why you're not moving your legs. So I told him, hurry up and do surgery. I don't like this. So, you
That's
know,
kind of how I was thinking too. I think a lot of times, oh, it'll be a month or so and maybe it'll get better, but
right, right.
you
It's
know,
like a waiting game.
yeah, that's
And
crazy.
so
So
I was laying,
they took you to the main hospital there in the San Jose area
yeah,
then
the
and
closest one, Santa Teresa Hospital. It's Kaiser now,
okay.
but they brought me there and they did surgery. My 5'6", and I guess when I came to, they said my one of my lungs had collapsed,
Oh man.
and that's all I needed. And then they were going to put a trach in my throat. My sister said, "No, he's too much into his looks. Don't do that." So they had to start shoving tubes down my throat to
Oh,
suction out my lungs.
oh my gosh.
And I
Oh,
wish they would have did a trach,
yeah.
but that
Yeah.
was brutal too.
Damn.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. Your lungs were doing bad. So you must have been in the hospital for a number of months back then, huh?
Yeah, I was there got there May 22nd, and then on my birthday, July 12th, is where they sent me to Valley Medical Center,
Hmm.
which is number one in spinal cord injuries.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right down the street. So only 10-minute drive from one of the top facilities in the country.
yeah,
Pretty nice. And
Yeah.
so back in
yeah.
the 80s, what was rehab? I didn't add this to the list, but I'm just thinking what was the rehab experience like back then? Was it pretty
It was
lengthy
really
as well?
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was in there for like 6 months.
Okay.
They don't train you that you're going to walk again. They train you how to be independent, how to get in and
Hmm.
out of
Oh,
bed
yeah.
and to see what you're capable of doing.
Yep. Can you
Uh,
transfer yourself?
yeah, I can, yes.
That's awesome. That's great. So then I
And then
think,
you see other
yeah,
patients there, and there are a lot. I was surprised all the teenagers there that were hurt. A lot of freak accidents,
yeah,
motorcycles, car accidents, diving, slipping in a tub.
I know, right? Just
And,
like that.
yeah, walking on the beach and getting hit by a wave.
Yep. I
It was
know.
Yeah, but I never knew it. I wish I would have taught,
Same with me.
crazy.
Yeah. And it must have been especially hard since, you were athletic and like a hottie melati. I mean, so can we
Yeah.
talk a little bit of just about like going home and like your identity kind of like being a little bit
Yeah,
different? Like,
when
what
I
was
got
that like?
home, I left everything the same, which was depressing. My beautiful yellow Firebird was sitting in the driveway, and I didn't like. I'm like, oh my God, just reality hit.
Yeah.
They want to see yourself, huh?
And I couldn't. I remember being in the hospital, and they had put me in a standing frame, and they asked me if I want to see myself. I said, why not?
Mhm.
Boy, as soon as I saw myself, I screamed. I go, I don't want to see myself.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
I lost my muscle within 2 months.
That's fast.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah, that's what
absolutely
happens when you're like when
terrible.
you're what you were lifting, right? Before your injury.
I was
Hmm.
strong. I was benching almost 300 pounds. I was like 17 years old, and I was
Dang,
never did steroids and nothing. But I started lifting weights at a young age,
that's
12 years
great.
old, and I was working out with my brother. They're all in their 20s.
Oh
I'm
man,
looking up to these guys.
cool. Did you ever think to do like as a C5-6 injury, right? That's kind of some guys out there lift weights as a C5-6 injury. Did you ever try to lift after your injury at all?
Yeah, probably 2 years after I started to lift
Mhm.
weights, and it wasn't the same, but I found ways,
Yeah.
you use muscles that you never used before.
Yep.
And the therapist back then told me, you're going to be using these muscles. But
Yeah.
yeah, C5-6 incomplete.
Yeah. So does that
Yeah.
mean you have no hand movement or like what kind
No,
of
I mean, I got the wrist flexion and
okay.
one wrist I can lift upward. I guess that's a C7.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Yeah, on one of my hands. But I remember when I first got hurt, I couldn't even feed myself,
Oh yeah.
you
Took a
know?
while, huh? How long did it take for you to get to being able to feed yourself again?
It took a while. It took a while. I had to use like handcuffs. I didn't want to go to restaurants because I didn't want people to stare and all that.
Yeah,
I was very cautious what other people thought.
I
So I
know.
try to avoid going out, you
Did
know.
that feeling of being so worried about what people were thinking. Did
Yeah,
that
you think about what
finally go
other,
away?
yeah, after a couple years.
Hmm.
But just being in the wheel, people look at you different before your injury, and now they're looking down at you.
I know.
Even a good friend of mine, I overheard that
Hmm.
he had a picture of me and that he liked, and he said he gave it to my girlfriend. Said, "Hey, this ain't." He said, "This ain't Rick anymore. Here, you can have this. You can have this photo."
Not terrible.
And she told me, and I that pissed me
Wow.
off.
I would have been extremely pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
So I
must have
always had in
been.
my mind, I don't
Mm,
want no one to feel sorry for me, and I just,
yeah.
He didn't go back to school because he had a whole year left of high school.
yeah, I
And he
didn't.
could have
Wow.
gone, but he just had a tutor there the whole time. And he didn't want to go to graduation either.
No, I didn't want to go.
So he
So,
goes and they
yeah,
give
what
him his
happened?
diploma and he gets a standing ovation.
Yeah,
That's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
yeah, but I couldn't go back to school.
Yeah. I get it. I think for a lot of people, their identity change is one of the hardest things after a spinal cord injury, but it seems, even though you didn't go back to high school, you managed to figure it out in a different way. Did you got your diploma from a home tutor, and then did you go off to school, like, or college or anything like that?
Going on, I went to De Anza and I got my AA, and then I went to a 4-year college too. So I
Nice.
got my the bachelor's.
Okay. And
Yeah, well,
what?
that was because of my girlfriend. She pushed me. I wasn't a good student back in the day,
Yeah.
but
So what were you interested in studying?
I don't know. It was accounting,
Hmm.
and then it was air traffic controller. I go, oh my
Really?
God, I can't do that.
They make good money. Hmm.
Exactly.
Hmm.
But
Ended up
but
getting psychology, was
yeah,
it?
I ended up getting psychology. So
Okay.
that was an easier route.
Did you work as a psychologist then over the years since your
Oh no,
injury or
not at all.
anything?
Not at
No.
all. No.
Okay.
He had a good situation because his parents had just retired.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he had a good home life and big Italian family, people always coming over.
That's
Yeah.
nice. That
Yeah.
is nice. So I bet you were never really living alone anytime at any point then,
No.
huh?
No,
That's really
Never.
never.
good.
Yeah, that helped.
So, I just saw like a video that Jag sent me before I started this podcast actually, and it showed a bunch of photos of you just over the years, having a good time. And I,
Yeah.
I, I don't, I kind of just want to ask a little bit about that part of your life after your injury and what is, I mean, it's fun, but like, what was the impetus for that? Like when you decided, I'm going to get out there and make sure I don't just sit at home and not do anything, I'm going
Oh
to,
yeah.
how did that come about for
Well, my
you?
confidence went down after my injury in like the first 2 years. And then I met my first girlfriend,
Okay,
and that helped a lot. And then I met my second girlfriend, and I was with her for 5 years.
nice.
So
Okay,
that sort of got my confidence back, and I started to feel more attractive again, without the body.
yeah.
But it's like the wheelchair took place of my broken body. So I learned to live, to go on.
So what
Yeah.
was it like showing up though, and at a party? You're going out to what kind of events
And
and
then
stuff were you
then
going to?
then we broke up, and
Mhm, mhm.
when we were together with her, I
Yeah.
was always hearing these my nephew at the time, my nephew and all my friends were going out and they're having a good time. This was like the fourth, fifth year of my relationship.
Okay.
I'm thinking,
Mhm.
God, I'm gonna start going out
It's good,
and
isn't it? Yeah.
start picking up too.
Mhm.
Because when I was with her, I wasn't really, what do you call it, a player. I was just
Mhm.
always with her.
Yeah.
But when I became single at 27, uh, oh my God, I just started
The
going.
floodgates opened.
So, yeah, everything, all my confidence came back, and I want to see what if I still got it.
It's a big deal. A
And
lot, having confidence and dating again after an injury. I've talked about it a lot over the years, and a lot of people, never get back to where they feel like they can do it or they just don't date again. And
uh,
so it's
well, the
sad.
wheelchair was I
Mhm.
actually made the wheelchair. It helped me out.
Yeah, really.
Wow,
So
okay.
imagine the optics, okay? There's a line outside the club,
Uh-huh.
and
Mhm.
then here comes this big red van coming with playing disco music. This is like the 1990s. And the doors open,
There's
Yeah.
chair.
and out here comes
Mhm.
this guy on the platform, this gorgeous man with this pompadour hairstyle, and he's well dressed. platform lowers, and he closes the platform, and everyone's just like staring, like, who is this guy?
Right.
Right.
He goes in the
Right.
nightclub. He doesn't pay anything.
Mhm.
Red, they open the red velvet rope for him. No, doesn't pay parking, doesn't pay cover charge, doesn't pay for drinks.
What?
He's treated like a
Mhm.
celebrity,
Yeah,
and
it's
but they don't know who
crazy.
he is. So women are like intrigued by this. Like, who is this guy?
I was shocked.
And all it took was one or two women to be into him, and then the other girls see him women, and it just
And they're like,
goes
okay,
from there.
yeah.
I think
But
that's
it was just crazy.
amazing.
They
Mhm.
wanted to sit on my lap and they want to dance and wow, this is pretty good.
I think that's awesome. I think I love it. It's like your 17-year-old brain thinking, oh, no one's gonna like me, got completely flipped upside down, which is great. You
Yeah,
know,
but yeah,
I
when I
think it,
became 27, it was then I was in a magazine at 28.
what? Okay,
It
tell
was
me more
it
about
was
that. What magazine?
this girl saw me in a nightclub
Mhm.
and she says if I want to be in a magazine, I go, sure. I go if the wheelchair, you don't show the wheelchair. She goes, yeah, no problem. And she put me in there with 24 other guys.
It's called Babe, Bay Area's Bachelors Extraordinaire.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love it. That's so
Would
cool.
profile
Yeah.
these guys, and women could call if they were interested,
yeah.
leave messages.
So there were a couple 49ers in there, some San Jose Sharks, and some local celebrities, and they put my stupid ass in there.
That's awesome.
That just made my head it got this big. So people actually were standing in line at a grocery store and they could see me. They almost put me on the front cover, but they didn't. But
Man,
this was like 10 years after my accident. So
I think
that,
it's great. There's something very sexy about a survivor, and that's what you are. And I think for a lot of people, they love a great survivor story, and that's why they put you in there. And plus, you could look good. Yeah,
yeah.
that's really cool. That's really cool. So it's been quite a number of years. Do you still like work out and try to stay in shape after all this time?
After that, I started to lift weight. I find other ways to, do my biceps and got my shoulders big and
Yeah.
my biceps. But
Do you drive?
yeah. And I drive. That helped too when I first drove in 1984.
Nice.
That's when I got my van, and then later I bought a Corvette.
So you're driving the
But
van, and you have a Corvette that you drive?
and I had a Corvette convertible, which I just jumped into, and I would just cruise it and leave my wheelchair behind.
That's so cool. That's cool.
And
Mhm.
yeah, that
Is there no
and
room for a wheelchair in a Corvette? Is that why you have to leave
I
it?
mean, if I was by myself, I could put it in the
Yeah, the
passenger
passenger.
side.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
some of my buddies would just put it in the
right.
back rack.
hmm I've seen that on
And,
YouTube. So
the
what kind
people,
of Corvette do you have?
right. Well, now I don't. I sold it. This
You
was
saw
back
it
in, yeah.
back. There's some cool. The new ones are
But,
crazy looking.
yeah,
Yeah.
but now I have a truck.
Mhm.
I have a full on four by four truck.
Okay. Does it have a lift?
It has a lift, and I could drive in my chair.
That's
So
awesome.
that makes things easier.
It does. Even though you could transfer yourself into a car, it's like you're fat. It's a lot faster with the lift, isn't it? So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I started driving about 8 years after my injury. I did not pass the driver's test the first time. It was hard. Was
Oh,
it easy for
really?
you? Did you have a pretty easy time getting used to the hand controls?
Um, I didn't go to class. I taught myself basically.
Okay,
One day I just transferred myself in there, started it, and I
really?
started driving.
How'd you get
And
the hand controls then?
I had them put in,
Okay, you
but
bought them.
I wasn't able to drive it. I went in there myself and I took off.
I like that
But, it was
actually.
a little
Yeah.
tricky at first.
Well, I was told by someone I have to actually put on my license that I have hand controls, but I do not. I don't have it on there. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what the rules are. I think they're different
Well,
state by state.
over here it has to say
Mhm.
something behind the license.
Does it? Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so I was let's see what I want to ask, them about the biography. Okay. Like let's talk about that because Jag, I think it's super cool that you as the nephew, as Rick's nephew, decided to take upon the story and write it. Like, can you talk about what inspired you from your uncles, knowing your uncle, like, I gotta write this? Like what got you to write it down? Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can imagine all the stories we talked about, all the stories that left behind with all those years at the nightclub and things like that. So it was a rock star life. But even before then, just the family's immigration from Italy was
Yeah.
incredible. And growing up, he was also a ladies' man. He looked just like Scott Baio, right when Scott Baio was popular on the Happy Days.
Oh,
Wow.
So he had
Mhm.
girlfriends dating back to like elementary school. It was crazy. And
Man.
so
Mhm.
12 and a half years apart. So when I grew up, he was already adjusted to the wheelchair. But
Okay.
I saw everything firsthand, like in the nightclub. I turned 21. He was like early 30s.
yeah, I took him out with me. I come out to follow me, do what I do. Don't call me uncle when we're in there. Uncle Rick, give me a drink. Uncle, don't call me uncle.
Yeah, he would lie about how he got hurt, lie about his age, he lie about his
Oh
name.
yeah, sick of saying the same stories. I had to spice it up a little bit.
Oh my gosh. It sounds like a lot of fun, actually. Like a lot of fun was
Oh
had.
man, it was. You know how
Mhm.
many times I fell in the on the dance floor?
Oh yeah, backwards.
Because in back of my chair, I didn't have those I didn't have the safety tips.
Oh my gosh.
And I end up uh, landing backwards, looking up at the lights. So I'm yelling, "Push the front down, push the front." So they got
Jesus.
back up again. I give me my
Mhm.
drink, and we continue dancing.
So you're in a manual chair most of the time, huh?
Manual, yeah.
That's awesome. Gosh, that must have been fun. Out on the dance floor. I see mine in a power chair. I never flip over. That must have been
Oh,
crazy.
yeah. And
Yeah.
we would go
Mhm.
out after
Mhm.
becoming single. We would go out every night of the week.
Yeah, because as popular as he was in school,
Mhm.
and I was the complete opposite. So seeing him, like
Mhm.
brought me out of my shell. He was like a mentor to me.
Yeah.
And you're suddenly with the coolest guy in town by my DNA.
Yeah, he was shy. Jeff was shy.
So yeah, I mean, and I do some ghostwriting and I'm a biography writer on the side.
Oh,
It's like a
you are.
side gig.
Okay.
So I finished up with a client and I said, why not do this guy? Because he has a book worthy life for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Rick, did you ever try to do any writing in yourself about your own life story, or did you
I
want
brought
Jag
it
to
up to
take?
him maybe 20 years ago that I want to write a book about myself. So he told me to just start, putting things down
Hmm.
and I did, but he finally wanted to do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's not a writer. He had me write his essays in college.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna ask.
But then it came back and it got like, no marks on it. He's like,
Well,
Jeff, you gotta
yeah.
dumb it down.
You have to dumb it down. At least get a C. It was an A plus. I'm a dude. I'm not an A plus student.
Yeah,
All right.
statute of limitations has expired on that one, so we can come forward.
Where did you like interview your uncle for over a series of like weeks or months, or how did you get all?
No, actually, well, I did, yes, but
Yeah.
I talked to over 100 people,
Oh
all
my.
his ex-girlfriends and all his friends growing up who looked up to him, and we have a huge family. He has five of the siblings who all live nearby and help out with him.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So yeah, I
Gosh.
talked to so many people. It was crazy.
So can you tell me just a little bit about the immigration story of your family? Just because I think it's really cool, and I love all the Italian immigrant stories that you hear about across the country, but you don't hear a lot about California.
Right. Well, he's very close to his mother. She was actually born in New York State,
Oh,
but
okay.
they moved back to Calabria, Italy right away because they got in trouble with the mafia.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So she met her
Mhm.
husband there,
Okay.
and this is right when World War II was going on. So
Wow.
she actually gave birth to her first daughter as there was a bombing campaign going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they want to always to come back here, but there were legal roadblocks in the way. And
Hmm.
finally, there was a loophole put together and allowed her to come here and bring her family because she was already a citizen.
That's
The
awesome.
problem was there was such a long waiting list.
Oh, okay.
So she came through Ellis Island and then to San Jose where her aunt was, but
Wow.
she did not speak any English at all.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Didn't know anybody. Didn't like know. She's on this train across the country, and she
Mm.
finds out when she's arrives in San Jose that she's pregnant.
Yeah.
So she
Wow.
left her daughters and husband behind for about 7 months, not knowing when she would see them again.
Oh my gosh. That's
So she
crazy.
got the help of a local. He was an Italian like advocate,
Okay.
and he was able to get her on the top of the list. He had contacts in Washington, D.C. So they came back and rejoined her in San Jose. And on the day that they came back to meet her, she went into labor,
Oh my gosh.
which is such a story that the local
Mm.
newspaper covered it in the San Jose Evening News.
Oh, wow.
So they couldn't even see their mother right away because they had all the germs from the boat.
Oh my
So
gosh.
they had to wait a couple days, and they finally reunited, and they just established a life here in San Jose,
That's
and they're still
crazy.
here in the same house.
That's amazing. I love a story of families that, are big and are always there to support each other. And, you don't always see that in America. So,
Yeah, I don't think he could have done this without the family support,
yeah,
No.
especially his mother.
that's really
Yeah.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it. So, okay, so your book, what's the name of your book?
It's called a Rickicello, which is stands for Little Ricky, which is what his
Rickicello.
uncles would
My
call
uncle used
him.
to call me Rickicello when I was little. I
Rickicello.
always
Yeah.
remember that.
I love the way that sounds. It's so cute.
Rickicello, the rock star life of a paraplegic paisan.
Paisan. Does that
Paisan
mean
means
friend?
friends. Yeah,
Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, paisan means friend.
That's
Yeah.
friend. That's
Yeah.
so cool. So, do your girlfriends call you Riccicello?
No.
So,
That,
okay, you don't have any children, right?
no.
No. Was that by choice? Because, people do
Yeah,
have kids.
I didn't want to get married. I
Hmm.
just always want to stay single.
That wasn't like for you, that wasn't what you wanted to do. And
No,
that's,
I almost did,
yeah.
maybe twice, but thank God I didn't.
Yeah,
But
not everyone's that
as I
type.
get older, I
Hmm.
want to find a companion or something. Be nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Even Leonardo DiCaprio or, Jack Nicholson eventually settle down, don't they? I think they might.
I don't know if Jack Nicholson did he.
I think he might.
I don't
No.
know.
I don't know.
Mhm.
That's kind of a scary thought.
That's okay. You can have a bevy of women take care of you until you pass away, hopefully at like 95 or something. That'd be
But the
cool.
girls that always
Mhm.
want to get married, I used to tell them I don't want to be in a wheelchair. I want to walk down the aisle.
Oh yeah. I don't blame
But
you.
I was
I
able to
know.
get out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm 46 and I just got married at 45. I was
Oh,
paralyzed.
good
I've
for
been
you.
paralyzed since for a very long time too. And I don't have any kids either. I think I always admire parents who are paralyzed though. I think it looks kind of hard. So,
Bro,
but
yeah.
Well,
mhm.
his life is already so
Mhm.
full with so many relatives and nieces and
Yeah.
nephews. Like,
I have tons of nieces and nephews,
yeah.
lots.
You're
I'm a
like the
great,
dad to
I'm a
everybody.
great uncle, actually.
Mhm.
It's
Do you have to buy
crazy.
gifts for everybody then every Christmas?
Do I? Maybe.
It's a lot of gifts. Well, I love that. I think, it's funny. I don't think I've seen you much on social media over the years, Rick. Do you have an active like social media?
Yeah, it's Rickicello's on is my Instagram,
Okay. Do you
and
share like reels and videos of your life online ever?
no, not really. I might
Okay.
start.
Yeah, that'd be great. It'd be fun to see what you're up to.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go to
Mhm.
it's called rickbio.com,
Okay.
bio.com. That's where you can see the
Okay.
video we talked about where it talks about you
Yep.
can see his graduation video,
Yeah.
pictures of him with all the ladies and of
Yeah.
his mother, and there's also details there and where to get the book and all that.
Totally. And how long is this book?
Oh my God, I it's about 120,000 words, so that's like 420 pages or something. It was
Wow.
hard to fit everything in there, but there's a lot of pictures in there.
Yeah.
That's so great. And you
Yeah.
self-published it?
Self-published.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's on Amazon, but also if you get it from us, you get color pictures and you get an autograph from the myth, the
The
man, the
page,
legend.
the pages are
Yeah,
Man, there's so
higher
many things I
quality.
want to ask you that are not appropriate for this podcast. Like, you have no
oh I
Well,
idea.
they're in the
know.
book, so
Okay, they're in the book,
I'll give you like
people.
a couple of what's in the book. Like he went to a Hugh Hefner party one time,
Really?
and there were two lovely ladies who wanted to take him home.
Really?
So he does, but the problem is he transferred. He
I was waiting for 2 or 3 hours and they weren't calling my damn number. So then I transferred on this bed I wasn't really accustomed to. And as soon as I transfer, I hear the phone rang.
Oh
Like,
my
oh my
this has
God.
been not a cell phone, so it's a hotel desk phone,
Yeah,
and he can't.
I can't reach it. No.
So here's the voicemail. Ricky, we're here. Where are
Oh,
you?
I was so pissed. I tried getting out of bed so fast, but I was too low.
Dang, opportunity missed. It's like a
Oh
video
yeah,
game. That must
So
have
things
really
like
burned.
that.
That is
yeah.
amazing. The fact that you even were in the vicinity of these women is a
Right.
pretty big deal, I would say, right? I mean, you're in California, which makes it easier, right? At least you weren't in
Yeah.
South Dakota or something boring like
Right.
Yeah. We had to drive like
Mhm.
6 hours here to LA.
Yeah, we're not that close to LA, but
Yeah, we drove 6 hours.
this was the epicenter for the whole .com boom back in the 90s. So there's a
Oh,
lot of activity here.
Yeah.
oh, that's cool. Is that where Silicon Valley is still then?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, So
Yeah.
wow. All right. So, before I let you all go, do you have anything else you would like to share? Any bits of wisdom, maybe for newly injured people, Rick, that are listening that are maybe need some wisdom from someone like yourself?
There's positive and negatives, but you have to don't just stay positive and just get out there, just don't stay home and just go have a good time.
Hmm.
And meet
Life's
new
short.
friends. Your
Yeah,
old friends, probably one or two will stay around, but just make new friends, which I did actually.
it's good advice.
And they didn't know me before
Mhm.
my injury, so it's like
Yep, yep.
it was
They
more
don't
it's more
compare you to the old version,
special,
right?
huh?
Hmm.
What's that?
They don't compare you to the old version of yourself, which I think is
Right,
great.
right. The other
Hmm.
guys remember me from before, but
Yeah, the book shows what's possible for newly injured patients. I mean, they may not have his looks or his family, uh, the advantages of the family, but it just shows you what's possible.
You know what?
And
It's
he's
the
known at
personality.
17, but this was a weak. What's that?
I think too, Rick has like, I mean, I just met you guys, Rick, but it seems like you have a good personality that, and that's what people can take from this,
yeah.
is you.
It's gotta be funny, just not be.
Mhm.
If I'm depressed, everybody else is gonna be depressed.
Yep.
So just
Yeah.
be funny, and I I I, I throw out jokes.
Yeah, the book is hilarious. A lot of funny stories, and I
Okay.
want all the new generations of the family to know who his background, how it all happened, the family history. So I want
Absolutely.
that to be preserved and documented for, future generations too.
It's so important. That is
Yeah.
really, really, really cool. I kind of
Yeah, people say,
think
"How you doing,
everyone.
bro? How you feeling?" Well, I put my underwear on this morning. Fruit of the Looms laughed so hard they fell off. They laughed at my body.
Or they say, "Hi, Rick, how you doing?" They go, "Well, still can't walk."
Yeah, I don't know.
I get it. You got to be funny, and I agree. You got to be funny about it. Listen, if you get a couple glasses of wine in me, I would be right there with you right now.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. If we had
Children,
more time, I'd talk to you about Italian food actually, but I don't think we do have time for that right now, unfortunately.
when I
Oh
notice kids looking
man.
at me as they stare at me when I go to the store, and "What happened to him, mommy? What happened to him?"
Yeah,
Their children are blunt.
yeah, they are.
And didn't you
So,
write an article about 10 things
Mhm.
not to say to a wheelchair?
yeah.
Yep,
Have you heard them all?
we've
Yeah, so
heard
I
all of
told
them.
them the reason why I'm
Mhm.
in a wheelchair is because I didn't listen to my mom. And then the mother like smiles at me and see,
I
It's
love that.
true.
you
I
gotta
love it.
listen, mommy.
Or or we can do a lot of things, right? You did not go to church and you didn't maybe go to confession, right? You could say that. Yeah, you want.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, no, I love it though. I think humor is one of those things that we should always try to remind ourselves, even in the worst of the first few months of being paralyzed. I know it's not easy though, so but I
Right.
hope that people out there do check out your book. And if they're I know I would love to see it and read it too, so I'm gonna
Yeah,
probably get a copy.
rickbio.com.
Rick Bio,
There's
guys,
also an audiobook for people who would rather listen to the book.
Oh, that's
okay,
hilarious.
an
Yeah.
audiobook. Yeah,
So
so you
we
can
can
pop
send
it in
that
your
to you.
car and you can listen while you're
Yep.
driving. Okay.
It's got even got his own voice doing some of the funny lines
Oh
because
man, it's
yeah.
hilarious.
Perfect. You got his voice in there too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
love
told
your
from my
facial hair.
perspective, but he has a lot of quotes in there.
Rick, now that I take a good look at you, kind of remind me of like Al Pacino a little bit.
Oh my God, I got that the other day.
Hmm. Hmm.
I was at a bar and some girl goes, "You know what? Who you look like?" I go, "Who?"
Hmm.
She goes, "Scarface."
Yep,
I
you
go,
do.
"Scarface." So she's thinking Al Pacino. I go,
Yeah.
"A younger version or an older version?"
Middle-aged. Well,
Well,
anyways.
you look like Michelle Pfeiffer in a way.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I have my glasses on right now. I'll take them off. But yeah,
Oh yeah, she does, huh?
Yeah, you can see it.
pleasure. I would love to meet
Oh,
you guys one day. I'd love to come out to California and go out with you. So
yeah.
one
Oh
day,
yeah.
So you're
maybe.
a C56 also, right? You're a
Say that again.
C56.
I am C5'6", hands can't move them. But I use a power chair. I've never used a manual chair. I should have.
Really? Yeah.
I just got into
You
the
know what?
power
He had
chair.
a rotator cuff surgery last year because of so
Oh, it
many
was
years
Oh,
horrible.
really?
manual. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, I
sorry.
tore, all the years I worked out and then the transfers. And
I'm sorry,
so,
dude.
yeah, I tore a complete
Mhm.
tear.
That's hard to
And
recover
then they want
from.
to send me home. I go, I can't go home with one arm.
You can't do anything on your own then. You're gonna need a
Yeah, they
PC all
didn't
day long.
understand that damn insurance.
Horrible.
So they put me in there for a couple of months. It was horrible,
In a
but
nursing home?
yeah, it was
I'm
like a
sorry.
rehab facility. It was horrible.
All
But
right.
I had
So
to. I had no choice.
you're better now?
Huh? Oh
Are you?
yeah.
All right.
It's funny because when I would go visit him, like he had already so many visitors there to begin with. That was so everyone, no one else had any visitors, but this guy had like a whole standing room
Oh
only,
my God, it was
all
fun.
these chairs. He's such a popular guy.
Italian family. All right. Well, I don't want this to cut us off, so I'm going to say goodbye to you guys right now. It was really great getting to know you, Rick, and meeting you,
All right,
Jag.
nice to meet you.
And I hope you sell a lot of books.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Thank you so much.
much.
And
All right.
hopefully maybe see you guys or talk to you again at some point. So thank
Okay.
you.
Yes.
All right. Bye,
Bye
guys.
bye.
See you
Bye-bye.
later.
Bye bye.